This video looks at how to add new custom fields to your client database. Let's have a look at a client card. This video is going to focus on how to add a field to the Summary tab. That's the generic tab that you land on whenever you click on a client name. To do this, click on the Config menu and then click on Edit Additional Client Fields. It's the additional client fields that appear on this Summary tab. For client fields that appear on a workflow specific tab, you need to be in Edit Workflow Systems, and there is a separate video dedicated to adding such fields. This takes you to a screen that lists your current custom client fields. It also shows you how many items of live data you have within those fields. If they are empty, you are indeed able to delete the fields. And you'd use the pencil icon to make changes, such as renaming. To add a new one, you need to use one of the Create New Field buttons that are listed along the bottom. And it's important to spend a moment considering which data type is appropriate. So let's have a look at the options. Date is going to allow you a date field. So if we find an example of that, let's say, where are we? There we go. So as an example is here, date authorized as agent. So these are edited via a pencil icon and the date picker, and you can choose any date from any point in time essentially. And that's how they're presented on the screen. There's no ability to do anything else with the date field. Okay, the number fields allow you to record a whole number. That is to say, a number such as 1, 2, 3. You cannot use decimal places, you cannot have pound signs, and you cannot have any text in there, for example. That is very much a number. A number would be useful where you may wish to export this information into Excel, and for Excel to understand that it's a number. Take, for example, if you were to record, I'm thinking more kind of job fields here, but of course these client fields can automatically populate a job field. Things like how long does this job take, how many staff does this job need. Fields where you may actually export them to Excel and add them up as a number. You know, if you're never ever going to do that, for example, if you're recording a phone number, you'd be better off doing, as this user has here, actually using the string, because that's going to allow you to, for example, to have a leading 0, to have a space in between the area code and the rest of the number. So I'd say only use number where there is some likelihood that you will at some point be requiring a program such as Excel to do numerical functions with it, such as adding up. Currency allows you to record a number to 2 decimal places. This would be useful where perhaps you're recording a fee that you intend to charge, and it potentially requires 2 decimal places. A Boolean is a yes or no field. These fields have the ability to either be set to yes or to no, or to be left unset. String short is a text field. This allows you to record up to 20 characters. That's letters, numbers, special characters, anything. It's a very flexible field. The benefit of having the short version is that this can be, thinking again of the job fields, this can be a filter and a column on the jobs grid. These are obviously client fields we're looking at, but again, job fields can inherit a value from a client field. String long is, again, going to hold text, characters, numbers, a mixture thereof. This is unlimited in length. However, it will not be appearing as a filter or a column on any reports. Email address, this will of course hold an email address, and this may be useful for using with the Glide email functions, email sending functionality. Website will hold a website, and Glide will present that to you in a way that it's hyperlinked to allow you to link to the website. Finally, staff will allow you a field that offers you a drop down of all of your users. So for example, if you wanted to record who is responsible for VAT on a particular client, you could have a staff field called VAT manager. Let's have a look at some of the options then. So if I drill into this field here, we will see that you can have the name. This is the label that appears on the client card. Visibility. This allows you to restrict the field to either individuals or companies, which actually includes all organizations, or to have it appearing on all clients. The visibility list is referring to the new client reporting area, which is actually being built as we speak, and which will behave much like the workflows jobs reports, whereby fields can either be visible on the filters or on the spreadsheet, hidden or visible on both. Data stored tag, this is used to tell Glide that the data field has particular relevance. As you can see, this relates to addresses, email addresses, and fee information from which we derive some of our recurring fee reports. The order will affect the order in which these fields are projected onto the client card. Just to kind of have a look at that in a slightly closer detail, on the Summary tab, the top 4 fields on each side are mandatory fixed fields, but from then on we're into the additional client fields, and they are projected onto the screen, one on the left, one on the right, then onto the next row. So for example, to achieve this order you would have 10 there, then 11, then 12, then 13, so on and so forth, or 10, 20, 30, 40. And that's how you configure your additional client fields for the Summary tab.